And number 4, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinances of the City of New Brunswick, Title II, Administration and Personnel, adding Chapter 268, Department of Human and Community Services. We have no first readings. We have resolutions 1 to 23. Number 1, approve agenda amendments. 2, approve payroll 10/3/20 to 10/16/20. 3, authorize refund for redeemed tax sale certificates. 4, authorize renewal of agreement with County of Middlesex for basic life support programs for 2020, the amount to be received $53,000. Number 5, a resolution certifying review of the 2019 annual audit. 6, authorize corrective action plan in regards to the 2019 audit. 7, authorize tax collector to transfer overpayments on taxes and utilities. 8, approve Chapter 159 budget insertion, United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for Home Grant M19 MC 340227 in the amount of $483,322. Number 9, approve execution of joint funding agreement with the United States Department of Interior, U.S. Geological Survey for New Jersey Water Science Water Resources investigations, not to exceed $16,900 on pro tunc. Number 2, approve amendment of resolution R092037, the reason to correct account number and credit amount with JTG Construction Incorporated for Wilcox Road, Rutgers Village Water Main Replacement, Project Phase 2, Contract A, Specification number 62517W. Credit amount is $8,086.44. Number 11, approve ABC liquor license renewals. Number 12, approve award of contract with John Garcia Construction Company Incorporated for New Jersey Avenue Water Main upgrade for the water utility. Specification number 86320W, not to exceed $343,515.11. 13, approve amendment of resolution R072027, the reason additional amount of $329 with Suburban Consulting Engineers Incorporated for engineering services for Rutgers Village Water Main Replacement Project, specification number 74419 RFP, not to exceed $329. Number 14 has been pulled. Number 15, approve amendment of resolution R082028, change order number 1 for credit with Joe Med Contracting Corporation for Wilcox Road Stormwater Improvements, specification number 94120. Credit amount is $11,545. Approval of this change order will not increase of 20% or more of the amount of the original contract. 16, approve rejection of proposals and authorization to rebid for emergency housing shelter for the Department of Planning, Community, and Economic Development. Rebid specification number 85520 RFP. 17, resolution to amend the City of New Brunswick Employee Handbook. Number 18, approve amendment of resolution R102021. New dates. Approve relaxation of city noise ordinance and road closure requested by Maxim Crane Works. The reason is to place a crane on French Street for the purpose of lifting HVAC units on the roof and removing support steel at Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. French Street will be closed from Joyce Gilmer Avenue to Patterson Street Friday, October 23rd, 2020 at 7 p.m. through Saturday, October 24th, 2020 at 6 p.m. And alternate dates and times will be Friday, October 30th at 7 p.m. through Saturday, October 31st, 2020 at 6 p.m. Number 19, approve request for use of city property requested by Alameda Ms. Overhaas, Feed My Lambs for War Memorial Park for a winter clothing drive, Saturday, October 24th, 2020. Alternate date is Sunday, October 25th, 2020. It's 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. 20, approve request from New Brunswick City Market for temporary installation of Block R flags to alternate with the American flag along George Street for a themed kickoff weekend celebrating Rutgers football season opener against Michigan State. It's Thursday, October 22nd through Sunday, October 25th, 2020. Number 21, approve amendment of resolution R032033, additional amount of $2,000 for the library for temperature control HVAC maintenance and repairs with Unitemp Incorporated, specification number 81520P, not to exceed $2,000. Approval of this change order will not constitute an increase of 20% or more of the amount of the original contract. 22, authorize execution of professional service contract with CGP&H LLC for Program Manager for Housing Rehabilitation Program. It's a 2-year term from November 1st, 2020 to October 31st, 2022. 23, approve person-to-person transfer of liquor license from HOP New Brunswick LLC, doing business as Houlihan's, to Houlihan's New Brunswick LLC, trading as Houlihan's. Liquor license is number 121433025-006. We'll then have the OEM COVID report, items for discussion by the council, and then the public comment will come at the end. All right, I think we're ready to go. We'll call to order. The meeting will come to order. The clerk will please call the roll.
Councilmember Egan.
Here.
Councilmember Escobar.
Here.
Councilmember Fleming.
Here.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Here.
Council President Anderson.
Here. Please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been complied with and satisfied, and that the annual notice, which gave sufficient notice of the time and place and conduct of all public meetings of the Municipal Council of the City of New Brunswick, has been filed with the City Clerk, has been placed on the appropriate bulletin board and posted in the back vestibule of City Hall, visible to the public through the windows in the lobby of City Hall, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and has been transmitted to the official newspaper for the City of New Brunswick, the Home News Tribune. Additionally, a 48-hour notice of the time, place, and manner of conducting this meeting has been made by the City Clerk on October 19, 2020, as is required by law. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has issued executive orders limiting the size of the public gatherings. The City Council will meet today with all voting members of the City Council remotely by telephonic conferencing system. The City Council intends to meet on a regular schedule and will meet the guidelines of the Open Public Meetings Act by utilizing teleconferencing systems. Public participation at public meetings has been revised, and the public may participate through a conference call-in system. The public is encouraged to call into the conference call-in system through the phone numbers and access codes transmitted in the 48-hour notice and posted in the back vestibule of City Hall, visible to the public through the windows. Some city employees will also be available via conference call during this meeting as well. All on the conference call will have the opportunity to hear the City Council meeting. During the portions of the meetings that are not open for public comment, all callers from the public will be muted, and the council will not be able to hear any public comment through the conference call system. During the public comment periods, those on the conference call-in lines who have interest in addressing the council will first be organized by last name and then called upon to speak. After all organized members of the public speak, then they are speaking for once and for no more than 5 minutes in any given public meeting portion. A timer will chime at the completion of each 5-minute period, and I will notify you that your time has expired. Public needing assistance assessing the call-in number should call City Hall at 732-745-5007. If you would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We would remain standing for a moment of silence for our men and women in our armed forces, both here and abroad, especially those that are fighting, especially those that have given their lives, have come back home wounded or in bad shape. Thank you.
Make a motion we accept the minutes from September 2nd.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Council Vice President Socorro Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. We have the report of correspondence by the City Clerk's office, please.
Council President, the correspondence received by the City Clerk's office has been forwarded to the appropriate departments for further action.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have no public hearings. We do have ordinances for discussion on second reading. start with number 1. An ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinances of the City of New Brunswick, Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 1020, Handicap Parking, Section 102010, Schedule 39, Parking Zones for Handicapped Persons. We'll be adding 84 Paulus Boulevard, 28 Lee Avenue, Apartment 3, and 456 Remsen Avenue. We will now open the public hearing. We will do it by last name. If you shout out your name, if you want to say anything on this, and we'll do it the last 13 letters and then go back to the first 13. So
Unmuted.
here, so if anyone from the letter N, like in new, to the letter Z, please call out your name if you'd like to speak on this ordinance. Anyone from the public from N to Z that would like to talk on this ordinance only? Okay, how about anybody last name begins with the letter A through M that would like to talk about this ordinance? And I'll ask a second time, basically, for anybody else. A through Z, anybody? And a third final time, A through Z, I'm talking on this ordinance only. Not hearing any. I'll close the public hearing on this.
Move the ordinance.
Second.
Roll call.
Muted.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Council Vice President Sikora Ludwig.
Yes.
Council President Anderson.
Yes. We have an ordinance on second reading, number 2. An ordinance to amend and supplement the revised general ordinances of the City of New Brunswick, Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 1041, Electric Scooters, in regard to various provisions. We'll now open the public hearing. Again, we'll start with the letters N through Z. If there's anybody that'd like to talk about this and your last name begins with N to Z,
Unmuted.
call out your name. Again, letters N through Z. Anybody wishes to talk on this ordinance? Again, N through Z. About the first 13 letters, A through M. If anybody would like to talk on this ordinance, please shout out your name.
Charlie Cradaville.
Cradaville, thank you. Anybody else?
Danielle
A through
Moore.
M that would like to talk about? Danielle Moore, okay. Anybody else? A through M, like. And I'll ask for the third time. Anyone A through M? In fact, anyone A through Z that we may have missed?
Okay.
Please shout out your name.
Is this for a resolution or public comments?
This is for our ordinance on second reading, number 2 only.
Okay.
I'm sorry, is that right? Okay, not hearing any more. We'll now open it up to the public. And the first person on the list, Madam Clerk.
Muted.
Only.
Council President, the first person on the list is Mr. Charlie Cradaville.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cradaville, you're up. Please give your name and address for the record.
Yes, sir. Charlie Cradaville, Sedam Street, New Brunswick. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello? Okay, great.
Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to hear, first of all, did this ordinance get vetted by the members of the Traffic Commission?
I believe so. Yes, I think so. Mr. Shammy?
Okay, so unlike the prior ordinance, yeah, go ahead.
If I could just jump in here, Council President, these particular amendments were not, to my knowledge, vetted by the Traffic Commission. They were vetted with the police department and other members of the administration with respect to these amendments.
Okay, sorry about that, but
And why
other
not?
people, go ahead, Mr. Cradaville.
Why not?
These amendments are more akin to enforcement of the public right of way. And quite frankly, in my opinion, the Traffic Commission would not be the right entity to have the review of this particular ordinance. I believe the department and the law department and other members of administration were duly fit to having vetted this ordinance amendment.
Okay, well, as you know, the city has been behind the ball on this issue. Rutgers, of course, rolled out a program where there's 300 scooters between here and Piscataway. And is it fair to say this is in response to that program? Because the city already had passed a scooter ordinance that was also not vetted by the Traffic Commission, I believe, last year. Is this in response to the Rutgers program?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not necessarily only in response to the existence now of scooters. When we adopted this ordinance in October, there were no scooters. Now, we have the existence of scooters. We've also gotten state guidance with respect to the legislation that was passed in May of 2019. And the amendments to the ordinance, in my opinion, are necessary to address certain enforcement issues under the ordinance and those under state statute. So that's the purpose of the ordinance.
Gotcha. And I see it is very broad, and you know, in some ways this is uncharted territory. Can you tell me, maybe Mr. Shammy,